So we said we were never going to start this kind of business, and we avoided it for years and years and years, and then it happened. This is literally how we created a multi-six-figure business overnight by accident.
Hi everyone, Michael and Katrina here with STR Wealth Academy, and if you're watching this video, what we want to talk about today is literally how we created a multi-six-figure business seemingly overnight. And as we just mentioned, it was completely by accident. We had no intentions of ever doing this.
This is not by adding any more properties to our portfolio, not getting more guests into properties or scaling. Literally, we created a six-figure business as an add-on to our current short-term rental business. If this is your first time joining us, we are the co-creators and co-founders of STR Wealth Academy, everything about short-term rentals, Airbnbs, for long-term wealth success. We run over 70 units. Most of them we do not own, and we've been doing this since 2018, really just growing and scaling, and we're still in the mud of it.
So before we get into the details, we want to tell you a quick story of how this all came to be. So earlier this year, it was Katrina's birthday, and one of the gifts I gave her was a trip to Greece with one of her friends.
And you guys are like, what, really? It's like, no, this was a multiple gift, not just a birthday gift. It was like a push present and everything, because we just had our baby and we needed a break. So this was a beautiful gift for 3 weeks to go to Greece with one of my friends, which was awesome.
Yeah, so this is my way of saying thank you for birthing our child, and I will take on everything while you go and have some fun. So that's what ended up happening. While Kat was away on vacation having the time of her life, I got a text message from the cleaning company we were using at the time that was servicing all of our properties, and she basically dropped a bomb on us. She said, thank you so much for the business over the years. We're moving in a different direction, and as of tomorrow, we are no longer servicing your properties. As in, we will not be cleaning for you anymore.
Like 24-hour notice, guys. Again, we're at 70 units here. Yeah. This is a huge shift because we've been working with her for years. Mm-hmm. We're like, what the heck happened? Like, it was obviously a bombshell that went off, and literally I'm sayonara to Greece.
Yeah, so as Kat's having the time of her life, I just have this like complete bomb go off in my hands. I'm like, oh fuck. Right? So anyways, long story short, we did negotiate. I just said like, this is completely unreasonable. We need more of a notice and transition period. But in the meantime, the precedent was set as like, shit, we got to figure this out and figure this out fast.
Mm-hmm. So really we had two options from this point. One, do what we've always done, hire another cleaning company, someone that can take on 70 units overnight and just help with us with that. Or option two, second option we never said we would ever do and ever get started with, is start our own cleaning company to take on the volume, being able to internally manage it and start it from scratch.
So being entrepreneurs at heart, we always like to have control over everything that we do, and we want to, just be able to produce the best results possible. So, I let Kat know while she was away, and we just basically had this conversation. We're like, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to start our own cleaning company because we're super tired of just dealing with people that just, don't live up to the level that we need in order to give our guests the best experience possible.
Yeah, and that's kind of even just some behind the scenes with that current cleaning company. We were having a ton of issues. Unfortunately, as we really grew and scaled our business, they couldn't keep up with the quality of it. We were having a lot of complaints of cleaning, non-consistency. She was having a lot of turnover issues, a lot of stability issues within our own business.
Well, and then even how that rippled to us is reviews started going down, listings were getting suspended. Guests would send us photos of things and we're just like, oh man, that does not look good.
And right? Guys, cleaning is one of the cornerstones of your business, your short-term rental business. If you don't have dialed in clean properties, you don't have a short-term rental business. No. Because reviews are everything, and if it's not a nice place, if you want to stay there yourself, why would you let someone else stay there, right? And if you don't have that quality control and a beautiful place, it's really going to affect your business, your reputation, your account. It really ripples all the effects.
Yeah, so given the skills that we had learned in building our own short-term rental management company and having accrued that experience, we kind of figured out that the process of actually starting a new business from scratch is really pretty much the same every time in terms of the actual process with it. So we can kind of run through that.
Kind of like a rinse and repeat. We've already built a multiple seven-figure Airbnb business. We've automated, had team members. Let's just apply that to this new company.
So we'll kind of take you through that step by step of what we did, and then we'll show you exactly to some of the numbers that we've seen early on in doing this and how literally is going to be a multi six-figure business just completely on its own. So first thing we had to do was we had to open up a new company. So we went down to our local registry, we opened up a corporation, and then we took the corporation papers, went to the bank, opened up some new bank accounts because obviously we needed a way in order to deposit money into and also pay money out to staff and things like that. We set up a bookkeeping software so we could track all of the income, all the expenses that were going in and out of the business. From there, we knew we needed people to clean. So we had put out some ads. We started hiring very quickly because we needed to take on like 70 units virtually overnight. So in all that, we developed training procedures, SOPs, checklists for what we wanted to have done on the cleans. And then we had a software where we could track hours, get these checklists uploaded, and actually have documentation for the cleans, the before and afters, and also walk through videos so we could make sure that the cleans were being done properly, and anything that came up, we dealt with it immediately.
Yeah, I think there's been some huge learnings. Like it was, obviously we didn't want to do this, but then we were forced to do this, and it was actually one of the greatest things. Because honestly, since then, like, yes, it was a big learning curve up front because we'd never like hired at that high of mass. Again, we had over 70 units that we needed help with. So it was mass hiring. We had to find efficiencies fast and like learn very fast getting into this. But since then of when we've set it up and hired, I think we're at 10 cleaners now that are on full-time staff with us and have been with us for months now, which has been incredible. But since we've started, like our reviews have gone so much higher with it, like each and every review, the consistency with it, even with short-term rentals and Airbnb, especially with photos, videos, having a track record, like this is so important, and it's really helped protect our places as well and really tighten in the quality control because, you know, the previous cleaning company would go over 4 o'clock all the time, like our checkouts at 11, our check-ins at 4. We'd have people like, you know, missed cleans all the time. We have all the visibility now, and it's been such a value add to our company. We've been like honestly able to improve our company, but also improve people's lives as well, because we've been able to hire people and be able to really incentivize a lot of our cleaners to stay on full-time with us, because that's probably one of the biggest things was turnover and all that. We don't do minimum wage or anything like that. We give a fair living wage to each one of our cleaners and staff, and they've been able to stay with us for the longer term, which has been a game changer.
So if you're someone that's in the short-term rental industry, you might be wondering, when is the right time to actually make this transition? Because when someone first comes into the space, our recommendation is to start with a third-party cleaner first in order to just not have to worry about that piece of your business, you know, get someone else to handle it. But eventually, as you start to accumulate units and you actually have a portfolio, usually right around probably the 10 to maybe 15 unit mark, that's when this strategy can make a lot of sense. But particularly if you have a lot of units in a single area, like one city or like a pocket of the city, or maybe you're an operator that has multiple units in a single building, as an example.
Like we have in our own portfolio, we have a lot of triplexes or basement suites with upstairs units, and that is honestly the money makers, where it's been awesome because before we would pay a flat rate to the cleaning company, let's say like $80 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Like this is our market, it's very market specific, but like in our market, it was like even for a 1-bed, 1-bath was around like $80, right? And now that is cut in half, right? Because we track hours, and someone can do an entire triplex within that 5-hour to 6-hour time. And it's just been such a game changer because we pay them for the hours, not for per unit. And that, like, in itself has been able to be such an incredible revenue generation. Really with that, when we're looking at, let's dive deep into some of the numbers, because, you know, as much as we love to say like, oh, this has been, you know, a multi-six-figure business, let's look at behind the scenes. Let's dive in.
Let's take a look. Okay, welcome back everyone. Full disclosure, so we just started this literally a few months ago. So the numbers you're seeing—
And I was in Greece.
Yes. We didn't get this kind of up and running until, you know, mid-summer, give or take. It's right around the middle of August when we first launched this, okay? So as you can see here, you know, we're off to a pretty strong start. So the first month we did around 20K, next month was 27, third month was 29. We still have to do the billing for the last period here in November, but so far, I mean, literally in the next few days here, we'll have done well over $100,000 just in the first 4 months of running this business, okay? But like anything else, it's not what you make, it's what you keep that matters, okay? Just to kind of take you into this, so how we set up our hiring is we'd originally bring people on as like a subcontractor just to try them out to see if they were up to snuff. After they made it through their probation period, then we would actually hire them on as employees, hired through the business directly, okay? So you'll see here, there's a line item for subcontractor cleaning, and then we have the wages line item here. That's for the actual employees, just so you know the difference, okay? This business is super lean, it's super basic. It's literally just accounting software, people, a software that tracks their hours, and that's pretty much it. And then also just like supplies and stuff for them, their cleaning buckets and all that.
Honestly, like a very super clean, really easy transactional business. I love that. It's like, it doesn't go into the evenings and anything like that. It's like, once it's set up, it really does run itself if you can automate it.
Yeah.
So really looking at the numbers here, guys, we're looking on average, we're making about 28 to 30K top line, right? Revenue coming in.
Yeah.
After all the expenses, wages, everything kind of coming through, we're going to be looking at about 6 to 8K net as a bottom line. That's what it's grown to. And we've kind of seen that consistently as we go through it. So that's between 25 and 30% of a bottom line margin to us.
This business, now that we have our team in place and people that are kind of overseeing and managing it, it really only takes us probably 3 to maybe 5 hours a week in order to maintain all of this. So pretty cool.
Yeah, so biggest thing looking at this, guys, is we have automated it. So we have team members that does all the scheduling, they check all the checklists, making sure the videos are on there, having the quality control. We've got a quality control manager in there that's checking every single clean. Like, this is how we've been able to really take it in-house and do incredible with it. And I think this has been the game changer, honestly, coming into it. It's just been such a win-win-win. And if you are, an existing host, you're getting into this, like, I would definitely say if you can take on at least 1 to 2 cleaners, you have enough turnovers to do that in a very concentrated area, this is your sign to do it because this is an incredible opportunity. And my only regret is not doing it sooner, to be honest.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, like we said at the beginning of this video, this is something we thought we were never going to do. We avoided it like the plague, and it ended up being one of the best things that could have ever happened, because literally by like almost like a happy accident, it increased our personal take-home income thousands of dollars a month and virtually takes very little of our time at this point.
We really automated it. It's a very simple business. That's what I really like about it. Yeah. There's not a lot of moving parts. It's quite transactional. Someone goes and cleans, you check it, great. Like, it's very simple. And once you set it up and you have the processes in place, it really does run itself. And then there's so much more opportunity with it too.
Well, that's the other thing that's really cool, is that not only are we able to service our own units, this is literally its own business now. So we could clean other host units. We can get into residential cleaning. There's actually a lot of money in the cleaning industry. We just
office cleaning, the residential cleaning. And even if there's like something like deep cleaning, like other hosts, other short-term rental hosts, other Airbnb hosts, we can help with too. Is like, there's so many different facets with it too that can really start generating that revenue. I mean, we are our biggest client now, but we can even just expand from there.
So if you like this video and you found this helpful, again, hit the subscribe, the like button, and the notification bell, and leave us a comment in the box below. Let us know your thoughts on today's training and video, and we'd love to hear from you guys and just genuinely get some feedback on what you think of the types of videos that we're putting out here.
Yeah, and if you're saying it's like, oh, I really find this super informational, I'd love to learn more and how to start your own short-term rental business and all the different elements of it, because this is just one element of it, that's what we've done. Just look down below, we have our masterclass. So go ahead and click there. You can learn how to actually start your own short-term rental business without owning any property, and how to grow and scale that, just like we did and hundreds of our other students have done as well. So just click that button, and thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you in the next video, guys.
Take care.